Hi there. Welcome back to Paper Pages and Possibilities, or if you are new, welcome, and I am so glad to have you here. So today we are going to try an experiment. I thought I had this idea pop into my head about using AI to generate some book recommendations. I decided I was going to go for it. So I did take ChatGPT and I entered 5 books into ChatGPT. 5 that are, one is like a really old, long-standing favorite read, and then some of the newer ones I've enjoyed. I put 5 books in there, and I asked ChatGPT to recommend me a book based on enjoying those 5 books. So the books that I put in there are, first one, the old favorite, is Contact by Carl Sagan. Been a long time favorite of mine. Better than the movie, so I do recommend reading it. Next is The Last Day by Glenn Clier. Then we've got A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. Hopefully I pronounced that right. And finally, The Storied Life of A.J. Fikry by Gabrielle Zevin. So I put those in, and I asked ChatGPT to give me just a single book that it recommended based on those 5 that I enjoyed. And it came up with The Sparrow by Mary Doria Russell. So, as you see, I've already purchased it and got it off Amazon. I'm very anxious to get into it. I've actually started, I'm about, where am I at? About 80 pages in right now, and I'm going to take you along with me as I read this. It's over 500 pages altogether. So I will check in with you regularly. In the end, we will see if this is a successful experiment. If it is, then I may keep doing it for a while and maybe make it a recurring series. I will go ahead and read the back for you, so at least you have some idea of what this is about before I get into it. It says, a visionary work that combines speculative fiction with deep philosophical inquiry. The Sparrow tells the story of a charismatic Jesuit priest and linguist, Emilio Sandoz, who leads a scientific mission entrusted with a profound task: to make first contact with intelligent extraterrestrial life. The mission begins in faith, hope, and beauty, but a series of small misunderstandings brings it to a catastrophic end. This 20th anniversary edition includes a new afterword by Mary Doria Russell about the writing of the novel and its relevance in the age of Pope Francis. So this was originally published about 20 years ago, and so this is a reprint with some additional thoughts from the author. I'll be very curious to see the differences in, like, reading this, knowing that it takes place, that it was written 20 years ago, and see, do the ideas still make sense? Do they stand up to time? And then I'm just excited to jump into this and see if it blows me away, which I kind of hope it does, because it would be awesome to have ChatGPT as a new resource for book recommendations. If this is successful, then I'm thinking about making it a running series here on my channel, where I will read future recommendations based on different things that I put into ChatGPT. So I will see you back here in just a moment, which for me will be once I've gotten through the first 100 pages, and I'll let you know what I think. What I'm noticing so far is this book is showing elements of several of the stories that I put in the AI to give me the recommendation. For example, Contact, there's a lot of similarities in the beginning, how the people stumble upon a extraterrestrial signal that turns out to be a extraterrestrial life form. So that's very much contact. And then I would say the Alchemist, there's definitely a big spiritual accent in the form of the Jesuit priest. And I think the storied life of A.J. Fickery also shows up through, I think, the priest, because the priest has a very similar background to A.J. Fickery. So that's one thing about the book. The other thing is, I have to say right now, I'm feeling some anxiety with the story. It starts out giving you like a glimpse of the ending, and the ending is not a happy one. So then it jumps back and forth between the ending and how things got started. And it's hard to read the story of how it got started and knowing that it sounds like it's going to end in tragedy for a lot of the people that you're learning to get to know and finding and enjoying, really making connections with. So yeah, that's first 100 pages so far, and it's going kind of fast, faster than I expected, but we'll see if I can still get this done over the weekend. All right, that's it for now. All right, update time. I am not yet done with the book. However, this will be my last update because I do want to get the video up on time. But I am far enough along that I can consider this experiment a success. So far, I've enjoyed the atmosphere, enjoyed the characters. There's a huge amount of character development. The pacing is good. The plot is fascinating. And I can see a lot of how the AI worked when it made the recommendation. What I see is that it was rather literal. So when I put in like Contact and A Court of Mist and Fury and The Alchemist and Storied Life of A.J. Fickery, I actually see like little snippets of those books in this book. I think it is primarily closely related to, or most closely resembles, Contact. And it was the top of my list, so it makes me feel that it put a lot of weight on the first item and not as much on the other items. So, based on that, I'm definitely going to repeat the experiment with some different methods. I was thinking about putting like my whole list of books that I've read, say this year, and getting a recommendation based on that, and maybe some other variations on that. So, but I would absolutely call this a success. So much enjoy this book. I am about 3/4 of the way done. Only about 100 pages left, 125 pages left. And because of the way the story is structured, I kind of know how it's going to end, but not how it's going to get to the end. So I can say with relative confidence that my opinion is not going to change in the last bit of the book here. So, see, thinking about my rating system, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 5 out of 5. So, I really appreciate you sticking with me, and I hope you found a little inspiration in this experiment. If you decide to try this out yourself. I would love to know how it works out for you, what kind of recommendations you get. I do plan to do more of this in the future. If you like the content and would like to see more of it, please subscribe. I would love to have your patronage. And if you liked the content today, if you liked what we went through with this story, please give me a thumbs up. And if you have any bookish friends that you think would appreciate something like this, I'd love it if you would share. Anyways, that is it for now. Y'all have a great rest of your day.